Hello and welcome to Grow Through Gardening. Today I want to talk about the essential garden supplies that you'll be regularly restocking in your shed, or garage if you're me, because I don't have a shed. So I'm going to take you through the 5 things that I think are the most essential supplies for all the different things you might want to do in the garden. So not things like trowels, which should last you a good long time. We're talking about the things that you're going to be regularly restocking in order to do your gardening. So first up is feed. And this is a great example of how when you're trying to get into gardening, things can get really overwhelming really quickly. At least that's what I've found, because you'll go to the garden centre and you will just see shelves and shelves of feed, and it can be really overwhelming trying to understand, well, what do I use where, what should I buy? And really the best thing you can do is just not panic. A general purpose feed like this, liquid seaweed, when you're starting out in gardening, will serve you perfectly well. Arguably, the most important thing that you're going to be regularly buying is compost. And just like with feed, it can be really overwhelming to go into the garden centre and see loads of different kinds of compost and not really knowing what does the chemical composition mean, what is John Innes. Again, a general purpose compost will serve you perfectly well for the majority of things that you're going to want to do starting out, and then you can learn to specialise. The next thing for me is root grow, which you might not have heard of, but it is available in any garden centre and is a really great way to start your plants off and shrubs well when you first plant them, especially if you don't have mulched soil, composted soil. If you're just planting straight into the ground that you've got in your existing garden, it is a brilliant way to get the roots started off so that you'll have healthy shrubs, trees and plants. Another incredibly important supply that you're going to need a lot of is grit. Not the most glamorous garden supply, but incredibly useful for things like getting the composition of your compost right, to get the right balance of drainage or water retention. It's also great as a topper in planted pots like you can see here, and it is, believe it or not, one of the things I find myself buying very regularly indeed. Last but by no means least is garden wire or garden twine, which is very versatile, and you'll find yourself using a lot for anything from tying in tomatoes or beans to helping tie in climbing shrubs, climbing roses. Some people prefer to use garden string. You can also get a much more rigid and thick garden wire. I use this because it's quite a nice hybrid between the two, and it comes with a handy cutter as well. So there you have it. That's my garden essentials that I keep replenished in my garage. But what are your essentials? What do you think I missed off? What do you find yourself using and restocking most often? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. For all our videos, make sure you check out the Grow Through Gardening YouTube channel, and be sure to click subscribe so that you never miss new content as it gets uploaded.